Hello and welcome to Let's Start Playing. Here I've loaded SpaceBase up for 2 players. The objective of SpaceBase is to get to 40 points. When you first get into a normal game of SpaceBase, you'll be given a starting card. Let's go over the information on this card. So this is how many coins it costs for you to purchase this card and add it to your tableau. SpaceBase is a tableau building game. Cards on your tableau will trigger when certain dice are rolled. This here says it's going to slot into slot 2 on your tableau. So when I get this card, it will slot into this 2 slot here. And you can see along the bottom here, all the slots are numbered. And these correspond to dice rolls with either a single die or both dice. So there's 2 dice in SpaceBase that are ever rolled on every player's turn. And depending on the result, certain cards will trigger. In the middle here, you have the effect of a card. So let's go ahead and accept this card. Now that I've accepted this card, it's slotted into 2, and the card that was sitting there has been pushed above the board. So the area in red on the cards is what you get when you displace the card with a new card, and it gets tucked. The card gets tucked upside down above your board, and this value here is what you'll get when someone rolls the number at the bottom here on their turn, not on your turn. Here you can see I've started into the game and made a bit of a start. So let's explain a person's turn. So when it's your turn, you will roll 2 dice, and the results of your dice will appear up here. And along top of the section here on Board Game Arena, you'll get a summary of what you can activate on your turn. So this says activate any cubes or activate sectors 3 and 3 or 6. So the reason why it says 3 and 3 here are because my 2 dice say 3 and 3. So if I was to do this, I would activate this sector twice and get 2 coins ready for spending. I could also click on this option and activate sector 6, which would give me 1 coin here. Where it says select activations here, because I have this pip here and this lets me increase the total sum of my dice by 1, I can click on this. And now I'm able to activate sector 7, and this would give me 3 coins. So I would get a bit more money from doing this. So let's go ahead and do this. And you can see up here, my coins have just gone from 2 coins to 5 coins. Now, Board Game Arena will highlight all the cards that you're able to afford. So all these with the dotted outline are all cards that I can afford. Remember, when you're buying a card, the cost is in the top left, and the area it will slot into is in the top right. So let's go and increase our 11 here. That flips that card upside down. Now it gives me 4 income whenever any player rolls an 11 other than myself. And if I roll an 11 on my turn, I would get 4 victory points instead. So this rocket ship symbol is victory points, and you need 40 to win. Let's also explain income. So you can see my coins have gone all the way down to 0. No matter how many coins I have, I can buy 1 card, and buying that card will spend all of my coins. There are cards in the tableau that you can get that will let you buy multiple cards a turn, such as this one here. This one says buy a card and gain 4 coins. This is an additional buy, and this won't spend all of your coins when you use it. However, you have 1 buy action per turn, and if you use that buy action to buy a card, it will spend all of your coins. Your coins will go back up, however, based on your income. So if I have 2 income, I would spend down to 0 and then go back up to 2. Some cards also feature arrows. So this arrow here indicates that when I trigger this 12 slot card, I would get 3 victory points, and I would be able to activate the card on the left of it. So if this was up here, I would be able to get in, and I roll a 12, I would get 3 victory points and be able to activate 11, giving me another 4 victory points. That'd be a really good combo for me to get. And you can see on the flip side of this, there's an arrow pointing the other way. That's because the card gets turned upside down. So it's still going to do the same thing. It's going to activate whatever's in slot 11 and give me 1 victory point instead of 3. But it happens on every other player's turn. And SpaceBase can be played up to 6 players. So that could happen a lot more than just being happening on your turn. You can see my turn hasn't immediately ended because we're waiting on my opponent to finish deciding what cards they want to trigger on their turn. So because I rolled 2 3s, they could activate this 3 card twice and get 2 coins on their turn. You only ever get to buy cards on your turn, however. As you build up your engine, you'll get to a point where you need to start focusing more and more on victory points, because it is a race to 40 points, and the first to 40 points will win. So you need to be making sure that you're getting cards that give you victory points in your tableau. And once you have a good engine, you want to start buying these golden cards down here. So what these do, these will block a slot on your tableau. So these will make sure when it's your turn, if you ever roll a 1 on your turn again, once you brought this, you won't get any points. So you can ignore this amount. So this won't happen on your turn. However, you do get these points when you buy the card. So I can spend 9 coins on my turn, block my slot 1, and get 3 points immediately. It doesn't block the red slots above it, however, so it is a good way of pushing a card up to the top if you want to get that value on the red side instead. Most of the cards in Board Game Arena will explain what they do if you mouse over them and just hover your mouse here. So you will get an explanation. Most are pretty self-explanatory. Any ones with these squares, they will gain charges, and then you can spend charges to do the effect down the bottom, and it's explained in more detail on the right. Turns will bounce between players each time they've rolled dice, selected what they want from their results, and all the opponents have also selected what they want from their red card results. Turns will advance to the next player in turn order when the game end triggers. So if I was to reach 40 points, because my opponent went first, the game would end immediately. If my opponent was to get 40 points, and then on my turn I got 43 points, I would win that game, because we have an equal number of turns no matter what. This is Let's Start Playing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see me keep making videos like this, please like and subscribe. Thank you.